They used to call you dependable, always there, always available. You answered every message, showed up for every favor. You let the world devour you piece by piece. But then something changed. You stopped being available, and the world didn't applaud. It turned cold. This is the story Carl Jung tried to teach us, not through a single quote, but through an entire philosophy of what happens when you reclaim your soul. Carl Jung believed that every person wears a mask, a persona, to fit into society. It's who you think the world wants you to be. But beneath that mask is your true self. And sometimes that self is screaming. The more you're available to others at the cost of yourself, the more you betray that inner truth. You become agreeable, polite, and nice. But nice isn't the same as whole. Jung called the process of becoming your true self individuation, the lifelong journey of integrating your light and your darkness, your desires, your needs, your boundaries. And here's the twist. The moment you stop overextending, the moment you stop answering that late night call from anyone who only thinks of you when they need something, the world reacts. Not because you've done something wrong, but because you've disturbed the ecosystem that thrived off of your self-abandonment. You will lose people, the ones who loved you most when you were most compliant, who mistook your availability for love. But really, they just loved your silence, your sacrifice. And suddenly, you feel lonely. But in that loneliness, there's power. You meet parts of yourself you've been avoiding, your shadow, the pieces of you that were buried under politeness. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. When you stop being available to others, you start being available to yourself. That's when the world changes. Not because it becomes easier, but because you become real. They might have said you've changed, and they'd be right. You've stopped performing. You've stopped bleeding for people who wouldn't offer a bandage. And in the silence, in the strange new stillness, you've met someone you'd forgotten. You. Now let's look at some real life examples. The burnt out caregiver. She's the one everyone leans on. Sick mother, she's there. Friend having a breakdown, she listens. Boss needs a weekend report, she delivers. But no one asks, are you okay? She doesn't remember the last time someone did. Then one day, she doesn't pick up. She turns off her phone just for 1 hour. The world doesn't end, but her panic begins to quiet. Jung's lesson. When you say no, guilt will scream louder than others do. But that guilt isn't truth. It's a withdrawal symptom from people pleasing. Solution. Set micro boundaries. Say, I'm not available right now, and don't explain it. Let silence train them, and you. The ghosted friend group. He was the one. Always drove everyone home. He was fun. Laughed at the jokes. Paid for the Uber Eats when no one had cash. But one day he says, I can't make it. Then another. Then the texts slow down. Until one day, he's out. Jung's lesson. The persona you wear might get you liked, but only your truth will help you to be loved. The solution is, let those friendships die. You're not losing people. You're losing the roles you had to play to be tolerated. And that's okay. The employee who snapped. She used to say yes to everything. Can you handle this project? Stay a little later? Jump on one more call? But one night, something in her cracked. Not out of rage, but out of awakening. She realized If she died tomorrow, they'd replace her in a week. But her body, her peace, that's not replaceable. Jung's lesson: to individuate is to break free from the system that demands your self-sacrifice for its survival. The solution here is to reclaim your time, put your boundaries in your calendar, not just your tasks. When you stop being available to everyone, you start being available to yourself, to your peace, your path, your healing. And this isn't selfish, it's sacred. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more human psychology deep analysis. And until next time, bye.